What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we just heard from Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi on trying to get things done for stimulus and infrastructure. And this is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. Now, you guys, there's a lot of moving parts to this, and this all doesn't depend on just one single person. We're looking to a lot of people to get this done, which is why I think that when I did a poll on this on my channel yesterday, take a look. Out of the 5,000 people that did the poll in the last 20 hours, almost half of them think that this whole thing is going to fall apart because of all of the moving parts. And you guys, I got to say, I don't blame you. Now, I don't know. We will see. There's a lot of people. Look, at 34% of people believe that they're going to pull this off by the 27th deadline. So in 6 days, getting everything ready. And there's also 14% of people that think this is going to go just a little bit past, and 5% of people that agree with Joe Manchin. It's likely going to go until 2022. Now, you guys, just to let you know, take a look at these headlines. It isn't just Manchin and Sinema. A handful of cowardly Democrats are letting them front this. They're saying there's actually, they said, quote, others that are also supporting the stop of stimulus and pushing through infrastructure, but they don't want to be the face. And they're letting them do this, and they're saying, we got your back. Take a look. It might not just be Manchin and Sinema who sense that their party is loony. And you guys, we're hearing that it's all-out warfare right now. Take a look. Open warfare breaks out between liberals and moderates over the Biden agenda. And you guys, just to remind you, this is Democrat versus Democrat, both in the same party, just with different agendas fighting each other on this right now. And we have Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, who came out last night. I'm going to be sharing with you what it is that she said to try to unify them and just get something done, you guys. But it's not just the moderates that are opposing the stimulus bill. It's also the progressives that are opposing the infrastructure bill. Take a look, you guys. This just tweeted out. Manu Raju, AOC just told me that she is a no on the $1.2 trillion infrastructure package on September 27th if the House and the Senate do not approve the larger Democratic-only economic package by then. She called moderates demanding a vote by September 27th a small destructive group of members. Yes, you guys, take a look here. Articles coming out. AOC calls Senator Sinema and other moderates destructive for demanding infrastructure vote. And this is because, you guys, as you know, they have the stimulus package of $3.5 trillion. Now they're trying to accommodate Joe Manchin and cut it down, and they're saying we're not going to make the 27th deadline now. And they're saying even if we didn't cut it down, we still might not have made it. We heard from James Clyburn and John Yarmouth, both leaders in the Democratic Party, saying they don't think that they're going to get it done in time. And then Sinema came out and said, listen, if you don't bring infrastructure up for a vote on the 27th, regardless of your stimulus bill, I'm going to vote no when stimulus does come up. And just one no vote will wreck the entire stimulus bill. And she said, I'm going to do it. So she said, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, if you do not keep your word and bring up infrastructure, I am out. And I will ruin stimulus, you guys. So major news broke out yesterday. We will see what's going to be unfolding. But you guys, I'm going to be letting you guys know the latest that's coming out as of today, September 21st, 2021, on all this stuff going on right now. And we will see, as we did the poll, half of people think it's going to fall apart. About a third think it's going to go through. And we'll see what unfolds, you guys. So let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, keeping you up to date on everything that's going on right now, don't forget to take a second to just smash that like button. I would appreciate it. Helps out the channel a ton. Lets the algorithm know that you think I'm doing a good job, and they're going to continue to promote my channel and my videos. Also, leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share this out. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Come join the Ram fam, the viewing community. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you know what's going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, always shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That is by far the best way to get a hold of me, you guys. Don't fall for the scammers here on YouTube. They take my picture and they put a name that says Steve Ram, and then they say, oh, contact my assistant on WhatsApp, and then they ask for your personal information or money. You guys, I don't have an assistant, I don't have a WhatsApp, and I don't ask for you to donate me money or anything like that, okay? I'm just here to get you the latest. And with that being said, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and dive right in, and I'm going to get you caught up on everything happening right now with Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, stimulus, and infrastructure. All right, you guys, so let's start off with this article that's going to be telling us about the others that support Manchin and Sinema. Then we're going to be talking about Nancy Pelosi and what she had to say last night, and also what AOC is now saying, too, about stimulus and infrastructure. So first up, link in the description below to this article that came out yesterday that reads, Democratic leaders need to worry about more than just Manchin and Sinema on the spending plan. Take a look at this, you guys. Let's call them the others. If Democrats are going to pass the $3.5 trillion social spending plan and even the bipartisan infrastructure bill, they likely need to worry about Democrats who are not just Manchin and Sinema. Now, the famous 1-2 punch of Manchin and Sinema are now the peanut butter and jelly of the Capitol Hill vernacular. They just naturally go together, and you can't have one without the other. But there are lots of other combinations of lawmakers who congressional Democratic leaders need to be on board if they're going to pull this off. Now, the phenomenon of the others was on full display last week as the House Ways and Means Committee finished a marathon, a 4-day session to prepare the tax portion of the mammoth bill. Listen to this. Representative Stephanie Murphy is a member of a panel of leaders of the Blue Dogs, a coalition of moderate Democrats who are fiscally conscious. Murphy voted against the Ways and Means Committee advancing the overall plan. So you guys, we're hearing that there's others that aren't coming out publicly, that aren't making these op-eds or doing these news interviews, but are letting us know they actually support what it is that Manchin and Sinema are doing, which could cause problems for progressives and Democratic leaders to pass through their agenda. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So you guys, take a look at this article. Open warfare breaks out between liberals and moderates over the Biden agenda. And you guys, it's Democrat versus Democrat. You know, everybody was thinking like, okay, now Democrats control all of Congress, the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They'll be able to pass through whatever they want, right? Well, it's almost like the party split up into their two own factions. You've got the progressives, the liberals, and then you got the moderates, the centrists, and they're fighting against each other, and they can't seem to get anything done, and the Republicans are just sitting on the side, just watching, you guys. Take a look at this article right here. Top Democrats are warning that President Joe Biden's agenda is entering a decisive moment on Capitol Hill as leaders struggle to lock down a deal on a major economic package and tensions within the party reach a boiling point. Now listen, here it is. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi informed her Democratic colleagues Monday night that the price tag of that massive economic package will not exceed the amount passed in the Senate. So, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is letting the moderates, the centrists know, the Kyrsten Sinemas and the Joe Manchins, don't worry, it's at 3.5, we're not going any higher. I know progressives like Pramila Jayapal, AOC, Bernie Sanders, we're calling for 6 trillion, 7 trillion, 10 trillion, wanting reoccurring monthly stimulus checks, unemployment extensions, all of these additional provisions to get added in and increase the price tag. She's saying, don't worry, it's staying at 3.5. Now, you guys, we will see, because as you know, right now, AOC is working on a bill for an unemployment extension. We're hearing that there's still calls to get stimulus checks added into the bill. We will see, but they're saying whatever it is, Nancy Pelosi is reassuring them, the top line is going to stay 3.5 trillion. Now, reading on, it says that this is an important point for moderate House Democrats who had worried that the bill would be pared back in the Senate and that they'd be forced to vote on a more controversial bill in their chamber. Now, listen to this. Earlier Monday, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, she told her top fellow Democrats that the next 48 hours are crucial to determining whether a deal can be put together quickly on the package, according to Representative John Yarmuth. And he said that the Speaker made it clear that major decisions have to be made on taxes, healthcare, and the scope of the bill, and intensive talks will continue between the House, the Senate, and the White House. And he said basically everything's sort of dependent on what's going to be happening in the next 48 hours. And Yarmuth said that in the best case scenario, here it is, you guys, listen to this, the House Budget Committee likely wouldn't act until next Monday, which wouldn't set up a floor action until the next week. That would be after the key 27th deadline that the House has set to vote on the separate $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. So in other words, you guys, he's saying stimulus is not going to be ready on the 27th. So we're going to see where we go from here. Sounds like Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is kind of getting everybody together, trying to cushion them, warn them that it's not going to be ready. Because stimulus, if it's not ready on the 27th, and they bring up the infrastructure bill, progressives have said they're going to wreck it. Sinema has said, I want infrastructure on the 27th regardless of stimulus, and if you do not, when you do bring stimulus, I will wreck it. So it sounds like they're just letting everybody know it's not going to be ready, and just trying to still get them on board and just reassure them when things do come, it'll be the way you want. But we will see, you guys. Just depends how serious these threats are. And we see this all the time, though, in Congress. A lot of threats come out, but when it comes down to the wire, they're actually presented with what it was they wanted, maybe just not on their time frame. Sometimes they get on board, but we will see. Just depends how serious this is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on how serious you think These threats are to derail everything. Now, take a look at this headline. This is not going to make progressives happy, you guys. Senior House Democrats concede likely to scale back the $3.5 trillion spending bill. So in other words, we heard Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi say, we're not going to make the bill bigger, so moderates don't worry. But it looks like they are going to make it smaller, you guys. Now, we will see. And as I mentioned, there's demands to get this done. And take a look, you guys. AOC calls Sinema and other moderates destructive for demanding the infrastructure vote on the 27th. And it says U.S. Representative AOC, a Democrat from New York, slammed moderate Democrats who have demanded a vote on the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill by next Monday, calling them a small, destructive group of members in a CNN report. And AOC told CNN reporter Manu Raju that she would vote against the package if the House and the Senate have not approved a larger Democratic-backed infrastructure plan, Raju tweeted. And she said that there are about 45 progressives in the House, they're Democrats, who may also vote against the smaller bill as well. So she's saying it's not just me, I've got a whole group of Democrats ready to wreck that infrastructure bill. And she said, I will not vote on the infrastructure bill unless we have reconciliation ready to go. So you guys, we will see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So that is the latest, you guys. A lot unfolding right now, and we're going to be finding out a lot here, they said, likely in the next 48 hours. So stay tuned to the channel. I'll be sure to keep you up to date as info rolls out. And like I said, with stimulus packages, unemployment bills, stimulus checks, I'll keep you up to date on everything that comes out here, you guys. And thank you so much for joining me as always. Don't forget, if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button. I would appreciate it. Leave your comments down below. Share this out. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. If you got any questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Remember, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, regular uploads, and also random uploads throughout the day as news breaks. But with that being said, hope you have a blessed one. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.